What's good, everybody? Today we got an unboxing for y'all. We got the new ANDIS reVITE clippers. We're gonna have my homeboy here, Xavier, the God, the clipper God, young shear hands. We're gonna pop this box open and see what Forward Barber Supply sent us today. This man's a pro.
Trade you for this trimmer of yours.
Who's got the sound? So the speaker, yeah. Turn down a bit. They're gonna demonetize me.
Because you don't own all.
Because I don't own rights to that song.
I do.
Alrighty. Moment of truth, y'all. And there we go.
On the.
Beautiful.
On the magic? Yeah, hello? Because I check your comment.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
What's good, everybody? So we have the reVITE clipper here by ANDIS, of course, reVITE clipper. It says right here, removable adjustable fade blade, long-lasting lithium-ion battery, and made in the USA of domestic and foreign parts. So that's just stating that it was fabricated here in the US, but it does have parts from other countries. Here on the side, of course, more information. Removable adjustable fade blade, durable stainless steel, adjustable for tightest fades. And so this right here is detachable. You can take off the whole lever and blade assembly and switch it out for the fade blade, because this does, the taper blade, because this specific clipper comes with the fade blade, and the white reVITE comes with the taper blade. And also it says long lasting lithium ion battery, 2 hours to create freely. I'd have to say that mid. Long lasting would probably be on your style craft product side of things, or your caliber clippers. Some of them last like 4 to 5 hours, but so 2 hours is basically your average mediocre power range. But right here, aluminum housing, extra strength, durability, elevated design, textured grip, easy to hold, slim shape. So from what I've seen from other people that have put the reviews already, the clipper is a little bit smaller than usual, but we have some visual aids here on the side. You got the fade blade picture. You can see how it detaches the whole blade and lever assembly, and then you got your ANDIS down there. So this does say the fade blade adjusts from a 50 to 000, 12 premium metal clip attachment comb. So it does come with 12 guards, contour ergonomic design. And then more information on the back, but I'm not gonna read all that. So you got the clipper, you got all the guards, 12 guards, like I said, on the side here, but let's open the box and see what we got in here. So I am digging the new rebranding that ANDIS is trying to do. They're trying to kind of revamp their image, renovate it a little bit. So I am digging the new ANDIS rebranding. I have noticed that with the shaver that they released not too long ago. But here we go. Let's pop this bad boy open. We got the ANDIS right here, create your way. And I'm digging the boxing for this. I know boxing is not important, but it is pleasing to the eye. Just like with sneakers, when you pop open a fresh box of sneakers, sometimes different exclusive sneakers have some pretty cool shoe boxes that they come with. But of course, inside we have a information pamphlet here. Actually, I don't think this is an information pamphlet. I think this is more kind of, like I said, rebranding and catering to a younger crowd, because ANDIS is a bit of an older company. So they're trying to reach out to that younger crowd. I feel like we got more stickers, which are probably gonna be thrown in the mirror or given to the kids. Who knows? We'll put those aside there. A note from ANDIS here. Not gonna read that. But then we have the clipper, but we're gonna put this aside for a second and keep digging in this box and see what we got. So another box to pull out. We got boxes on boxes on boxes, but got the ANDIS logo there again. All right, so of course, like I said, information pamphlet, how to use, how to care for your clipper, all the good stuff that you need to read, possibly how to use that detachable feature, which is right here. Some information on how to do that. I'm guessing this is how to zero gap it as well, or replacing the blade. Okay, replacing the blade. And then you have all your guards, 0 to the 8 guard. So these look pretty cool. These look pretty nifty. They got the little metal clip on there. Digging that right there. Throw that aside. You got your standard oil, and then you have a charging cord. So this is what the cord is looking like for the clipper. And let's go ahead and dive into the clipper now. So now we have the moment of truth, the moment we've been waiting for, actually taking a peek at the clipper here. So there we go. We got your standard blade cover. There is your, looks really oiled up. I'm gonna have to wipe this down a little bit. Okay, so we got the ANDIS fade blade on there, as you can see. Very, very slim blade. Digging the metal housing. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be. It's very lightweight. As you can see in my hand, it's a very small clipper. I dig the lever here, the ANDIS lever. It is not a click lever, but you can see those little indentations on the side there where you can see how far your lever is. You see the ANDIS logo on the lever as well. I'm digging that. It's not as close as I would like the blade, but we're gonna see how it operates by itself, just like this. I'm not gonna try to zero gap it or anything. We're gonna use it right out the box. But you see here on the side, you have your power switch, and it says power up, turn on only after battery is fully charged. I'm gonna turn it on anyway, because I always do. But that is where your charging cord goes. Got a little ring to hang it. I'm digging the design. I like the look of it. It kind of reminds me of the Wall Senior with a fade blade from ANDIS on it. But I hope it performs as good as, you know, it's hyped to be. I dig this rubber grip right here. That does make a difference in actually cutting. But let's see how far it opens. So it does open a good bit, as you can see there. It opens really wide, so that's good. I'm not a ANDIS fan per se. I've never been a fan of like the Masters or the cordless Masters. I do use the ANDIS shavers. That's probably like one of the only ANDIS products that I really use. So it's gonna be different using these because, like I said, I'm not even a fan of the Masters, but I'm gonna try to keep an unbiased opinion about how I feel about these and how they operate, how they work. But let's try to pop this lever or this blade off here. So I believe it just pops off just like that. And that's kind of scary how easily it pops off. But there is the assembly inside the blade. This piece right here hooks in right here and just pops back in place, and you can open the lever. I've seen some videos where the blade just comes off easily. I believe it happened to 360 Jeezy. I've seen cuts by Reggie. And there was another video, I'll post those in here so you can see how their blade, I guess, malfunctioned or something. But it is pretty easy to pop off, which is kind of a scary thing. I hope that doesn't become a problem. But we're gonna see how it operates. Like I said, I'm gonna cut my brother up with these, and I'll show you guys how they operate, how they perform. Do they live up to the hype? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But let's get to the demonstration portion of this video. Well, before we do that, like I said, I am going to turn this bad boy on. We are not going to charge it. But let's do a little sound test. So it is not a loud clipper by any means. It is very quiet. It kind of sounds like your detachable clippers, like your BGRCs or your Supras. It's kind of the sound it's giving off. It does feel powerful. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel pretty powerful. But you can see it's not a fast operating clipper. We're gonna go ahead and do work with this and see what it does. See what kind of fade we can turn on with this, and hopefully, like I said, the blade doesn't malfunction. But I'm not gonna lie, I dig the aesthetic of the clipper. I dig the ergonomics. I dig how it feels. So I can't deny that fact, but we're gonna see how they operate. Now, before we get to the demonstration portion, I did want to show you the guards. Like I said, it's got the metal clip on there. So there is your ANDIS zero guard, your 1/16 to 1.5 millimeter. And I'll show you how it snaps on and how snug it fits on there. So let's see, I'm trying to, there we go. So it is very snug to the blade. So that's good. Very sturdy guards to put on the actual clipper. I have heard that the double magnetics don't fit for this specific clipper, so that is a bit of a letdown. But these guards do look decent, so let's see what they do, like I said, and hopefully I dig this clipper.
All right, everybody, so this is the portion of the video where I give you my synopsis overall of what I thought while using these new clippers from ANDIS, the reVITEs. I will be honest and say that I personally am not an ANDIS clipper fan by any means whatsoever, so this is a complete unbiased opinion about what I felt when using these clippers to actually do some fade work. I use my same exact system as I usually use for every haircut, regardless of what clipper it may be. But for this specific taper, I did have the blade not zero gap to use it right out the box, and this is the blend that we came out with. I'm thoroughly pleased with how it attacked this specific texture of hair. I will show you that I went and used this clipper on multiple different clients, multiple types of different textures of hair. But here is another fade that I did, bald fade, number 2.5 on the top, and we faded up from the bottom, which is the zero lever all the way closed, up to the number 2.5 guard on the top. So this specific clipper does come with your half guard, 1.5 guard, 2 guard, 2.5, which is I thought was actually pretty odd, 3 and a 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for me that was kind of weird, but they did what they did, and but for me, I'm not going to use the 3.5 and the 2.5 per se. The 1.5 I barely use myself, but that is the guards they come with. So I do use the zero guard, which is essentially your wall half guard. So the amount of guards that you get is kind of useless to some point. I mean, for me personally, I really only use up to a 3 guard max. Other than that, everything else is either clip over comb or shear over comb. So but back to the clipper, I didn't find anything that I didn't like about the fade work per se with the clipper. I didn't run into any struggles of knocking the complete blade assembly off like I've seen some barbers struggle with their clippers that they got personally from ANDIS. So I don't really have a lot to complain about. We'll get into more of my cons at the end of the video. This is just per se going over what I felt about the fade work. The fade work for me, the hair fed into the blades easily. It tackled all textures of hair, like I said. It was easy to use. I did zero gap it eventually, and I was able to go from the trimmer to the actual clipper with ease. There was no hard lines there that I had to attack. So that right there was a plus for me, but I will go ahead and show you more work that I did with this clipper. Alright everybody, so this is a little bit more work I did throughout the day on Saturday. I tried to record every single haircut that I did that day, and you can see here we're attacking different types of texture of hair with this one clipper alone. So you can see how versatile this specific clipper is. You know, I've heard a lot of different opinions about it, a lot of negative comments, a lot of, you know, not so much positive, but you know, everybody has their opinion. But for me, I feel like I went into this and just tried to give it my best, you know, unadulterated, unbiased opinion, and give you guys something that you could take pros, cons, the good, the bad, and just do an overall review of it. So you can see here we have straight hair, we got coarse hair, we got thin hair, we got thick hair, we got all types of different ethnicities, and I tackled it all with this one clipper. And I can't complain about it. You know, the fade work, I can't complain about the fade work of the clipper. Now there are little things that I will get nitpicky about and start to show you the cons and where I think things could have been done better. But as far as the fade work, clipper eats through bulk, the clipper fades well, the clipper does good with coarse hair, does good with waves, does good with straight hair, does good. It's an all-around fade clipper in my opinion. But there you go. There is the last of the haircuts I did for the day, and I will get into what I think of overall pros, cons here in a second. What's good, everybody? So you just seen my unboxing and overview, hands-on demonstration of the clippers and what they work like, how they operate, how they fade. You see the work that they put out. Now it's time to get down to the pros and cons of the clipper and what I really think about this clipper overall. So first off, price point wise, it's about $200 on the ANDIS website, and that's before taxes. So after taxes, you're looking at, like, I want to say maybe what, $215, $220, and then shipping on top of that. So you gotta look at the price point. There's a lot of clippers out there that are on the $200 to $250 price range that are offering more runtime, less charging time to get more runtime. You also have other clipper companies that are going to provide you with a charging dock. That's something that this clipper didn't have. You have other clipper companies that are providing more customizable options for the clippers. I know these are little things here and there that are kind of irrelevant to some people, but these are just things that I see for the price point at $200 for the clipper. I do see what ANDIS is doing with the detachable blade to snap onto the clipper. So in my opinion, I feel like that's another con, that they have this detachable blade with the levered assembly, so you could swap out the taper blade and the fade blade simultaneously a lot faster. But I feel like if they had more just detachable blades, like you have your BGRC with the detachable blades, if you had that type of system, those blades to snap onto this clipper, you could have a detachable clipper, a fading clipper with the lever, and possibly if they had a trimmer blade that you could pop onto this reVITE clipper too. So you'd have like a 3 machine in one. I think that would be more of a better idea, or a better direction for the company to go with that. But I don't know the logistics of how all that works. But I feel like for being out the game with anything new in a long time, that ANDIS did try to come out and give us something different. They tried to give us something new, but you know, who's to say that a lot of this stuff won't come in the coming months or years to come. But for me, sitting back watching and seeing, I feel like there should have been more to it than just what was given. I will say that I am thoroughly pleased with the clipper, how it operated, how the fades came out, how the work came out. It does eat through bulk, it does fade well. I didn't really have a problem with the lever like a lot of barbers were having while cleaning off the brushes or opening the lever all the way or closing it all the way. I didn't have that problem for myself. But I mean, those are really the only cons that I could see. But for me personally, a lot of those won't affect me personally. So I like the clipper. So I don't need to have like the fashy face plates. I don't need to have a charging dock. I don't need to have a long battery life, because honestly for me, I like to charge my clipper after every haircut. I'll do my clipper work overall, and then I'll use my trimmer to detail, to edge up and all that. So while I'm doing that and cleaning up my station and all that, I already have my clipper charging. So for me personally, that's not really a big issue. What else did I say? Oh yeah, the detachable blades. So I don't really use detachable blades myself either, but I know a lot of people that do use detachable blades. So I feel like that would be something that they would want to see with that clipper as well, which is why I kind of threw that idea out there. And also the other thing that wouldn't affect me is the runtime of the clipper. It's a 2-hour runtime. So for me personally, a lot of people want like a 4 or 5, 6 hour runtime. But for me, I really don't need that, because I'm not, you know, getting haircut after haircut after haircut. I have hour-long slots for the day, and I do about 10 to 12 haircuts a day. So I have enough time to clean my station and use the trimmer to detail and edge up and all that while the actual clipper is already charging. So for me, that wouldn't affect me personally either. But for some people that would. So this is just the overall synopsis of what I think is pros and cons with the clipper. I'm sure gonna think of more as I, you know, get done with this video, but for right now, those are all the pros and cons. The other con is that you can't use the double magnetic guards on this clipper, which is, I think, is a bust, because, you know, a lot of people love the double magnets from ANDIS, so that's another con. But pros, I like the design of the clipper. I like the fade blade that it comes with. It's very thin. It can get the trimmer line out easily, or transition from the trimmer to the clipper. Third, I like how fast the clipper does charge. So I noticed that when I would put the clipper back on the charger, it would be
ready to go by my next haircut. So that's another pro for me. I do like the fact that it does come with a usable 0 guard and 1.5 guard, because a lot of times I always resort to the half guard from wall for, you know, if I'm using a babbleless clipper or if I'm using a caliber clipper, I always use the half guard. But with ANDIS, you can't use a wall half guard. So I'm happy that the half guard, or the 0 guard for the ANDIS was, it did work for me, and I was able to use it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of ANDIS Masters, or never really was. I've always been kind of a wall guy. So I really do like this clipper. I like the design. Like I said earlier in the video, it does kind of remind me of the Wall Senior. So I think that's pretty cool. I like how small it is. I pointed out little details in the clipper that I do like. It does have power. I'm not gonna lie about that either. The blade does not have as much torque as some of these other clippers, but overall, I feel like it does do a great job with fading. The guard system, I can't complain about. The guards snap on very well. They're very snug, they're very sturdy. A lot of people complaining about the lever and how much the lever stuck or how hard it was to move the lever, but personally, I didn't deal with that problem with the clipper as well. So it just overall operated great in my opinion. Just there's little things here and there that, you know, for the price point and what they want to what you get, I feel like that's the biggest con of all of the whole ANDIS reVITE clipper. But with that, you can take it for what it is. I would say get the clipper if you want to try it out. It wouldn't hurt to try it out. The best thing that you can do as a barber is try out your clipper yourself. If you don't like it, you could probably end up selling it to one of your homies at the shop or somebody in your city that's a barber that wants to try it. Just take the chance, go buy the clipper, try it out for yourself, and get your own opinion. But this is just my opinion, and you can get plenty of the YouTubers' opinions. I believe Cuz by Reggie has his review out. Tank the Choppin' has his review out, and I think Concise the Barber is dropping his today. If you haven't seen it already, go check all those videos out. Great YouTubers, great information. They have opinions that differ from me, so that's one of the greatest things about the YouTube barber community, is that you can get different facets of information from different people who cut different type of hair in different regions of the world, and you can gather your own opinion and conclusion about all these tools. That's what I love about this industry, is that it is very, very diverse. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my overview, my unboxing. And other than that, I hope everybody has a blessed day, evening, morning, whatever it may be for you. And until next time, God bless.